Hi folks, it's Eurovision Ireland. We're back. We hope you've settled down after the contest. It was certainly a very interesting Saturday night. I'll introduce you to the team. We've got James, Sarah, Bogdan, Richard, and me, and Staggy. He likes to be in just to keep an eye on things again. Right, what we're going to do to start with, we're just going to take the top 10 as they finished on Saturday night from 10th up to 1st. And we're going to give a quick thumbs as to whether we think it was the right position, the wrong position, the right position, the wrong position, or or maybe about what do we think? Let's see if we got the right result. So in 10th place we had Greece. Are we happy with the Greek result? Okay. 9th place was Russia. Okay. 8th place. 8th place. Is 8th place the right place to Lithuania? I guess we'd all want it higher up. Yeah. 7th place, Malta. Was 7th the right place for Malta? Ooh. Do we think it should have been higher? Yeah. In 6th place, catching everyone by surprise, Finland. We have a big fan of Finland in our team, and who can blame him? And you can watch their interview that we did with them, with 2 of the guys. In 5th place, only 5th, Ukraine. Should have been higher. Should have been higher, I think. In 4th place, Iceland. Yeah, maybe about right. Yeah. The top English language song. 3rd place, Switzerland. Was 3rd the right place for Switzerland? Should it have been higher? Should it have been higher?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In 2nd place, very close 2nd place, France. And finally, there's winners. We all know who they were. Måneskin. Måneskin from Italy. Was the Italian win the right result?
Even though I don't mind going to Italy next year.
I agree with Sarah.
Yeah. There we go. Italy won. Maybe someone else should have won instead, but we get people in Europe to decide where the contest is going to be held. Now, what we're going to do next is a quick run around the room as to what the high points of the grand final were. So we'll start with James.
Well, there were many, many high points to this contest, but one thing that just grabbed my attention on the night was San Marino got their first ever set of 12 points from an international jury. And I mean, considering they've only qualified for just under a third of all the contests they've entered, I thought that was a nice sort of defining moment. It's like they're qualifying more and more. They've got their first set of 12. San Marino are truly part of the Eurovision family now.
James. Sarah, what have you got to comment on about the grand final?
Well, as a quick high point, I think just that we actually had the contest this year was an absolute high point for me, because after all the talk that we had at the beginning of the year, is it going to take place? Isn't it going to take place? And the Dutch did it. And I give absolute all credit to them to host such a great contest in such difficult circumstances. On a low point, obviously, as we all know, the United Kingdom got zilp in the scoring, and that was both with the tally vote and the jurors as well. Now, there's been a lot of mixed opinions on this. I mean, was it fair on James Newman at all? Wasn't it? I think there's going to be a lot of conversations going to be had at the BBC. They're going to need it. I think, to be fair to James, he did what he could. He did his absolute best. But I think what let it down was perhaps the staging could have been a little bit sort of more elaborate. And James himself, bless him, I'm not quite sure about sort of the outfit on the night, but it wasn't enough to stand out amongst, because it was such a strong year. Lots of sort of entries, lots of very dynamic staging going on with other acts, and I think we struggled to keep up with that. And I think maybe there needs to be a lot of talk about where we go from here for next year. I don't think it would be the right thing to pull out, and it's certainly nothing to do with Brexit. It's just the fact we perhaps need to have a long look at what act we send next year.
Thanks, Sarah. Bogdan, your point of note from the grand final.
I absolutely love the energy of the whole contest, because after a year of not having it, seeing the energy on the stage was absolutely brilliant. Or, in my opinion, was one of the best contests we've seen in the last years, and I absolutely loved it. But one of the highest points for me is seeing Finland in top 10, because they weren't favorites to be there, and they proved everyone wrong that rock still is loved in Europe, and voila. And even Maneskin with rock won. So yeah, I couldn't be happier than that. Yeah, I'm very happy that people still enjoy music and high energy.
Thanks, Bogdan. Richard, what's your favourite bit of the grand final?
Yeah, for me, Ukraine finishing up so high, because I think as a collective, we loved the Ukrainian entry, traditional, ethnic, in the Ukrainian language as well. And it was one of 4 non-English language songs in the top 5, Iceland being the only English language song finishing 4th. And I think for the, with Italy winning in Italian, that's the first non-English winning song since 2007 and Molitva. So it shows it can be done. And I think hopefully we'll see some more non-English winning songs in the near future.
Yeah. Molitva and then Amar Pelas Dois, of course.
Of course, yes.
Of course, yeah. Well, I think this is a personal thank you to NOS, to NPO, and to Avrotros. Thank you. You gave us what we needed after the last 12 months. You put on a fantastic show. It ran like clockwork. We just can't fault it. There were no troubles. There were no delays. Everything ran perfectly. It was beautifully efficient. And Rye, sadly, have got a very, very hard act to follow next year, wherever they host it. And of course, I think we're all going to be looking forward to an Italian contest. First time there in 31 years. What are we going to get? Is it going to be elements of San Remo? Is it going to be Brock? Is it going to, where's it going to be? We just can't wait to find out. And of course, you, the dear viewer, we'd like to thank you all as well, just for sticking with us, because it's been a year like no other. I couldn't have put it better myself, Bogdan. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. We're going to be there through thick and thin, keeping it going for the next year, because before we know, there'll be national finals starting. And again, before we know, there'll be another contest coming around. But yeah, keep watching, keep reading, keep telling us what you think, because we'd love to hear from you. I can only echo what everyone else has said. It was a cracking year. So we're going to sign off now. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more. So from James.
Hi, everyone.
From Sarah. From Bogdan. From Richard. And from me and Staggy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.